How's it going? Experimental gameplay here, and today I am going over the build that I have created for my hunter for tomorrow's day 1 run of the new Deep Stone Crypt raid in Destiny 2. I have chosen hunter because it's what I am most comfortable with. It is what I've mained forever, so I'm more familiar with everything at my disposal. I understand most people are going with warlocks, and that makes sense. However, our team will have several warlocks within it already, so I feel confident in the fact that me running hunter will not hurt the team overall. This build is focused around Warmind Cells, as many of the builds are. However, I personally don't have as many of the 7th Seraph weapons or the Warmind mods available to me as most other people do, and that is because I didn't play a ton of that season. I do have enough to make a viable build and one that works. It's just not 100% ideal. For starters, I am planning on running Night Stalker with Top Tree because that's what makes the most sense for PvE and a raid especially. I will switch if necessary, if the encounters are, if they need more DPS from me or something, I can kind of adjust this on the fly. But that's what I'm planning on using. For my Kinetic Weapon, I have a 7th Seraph Carbine. It's not an incredible roll on it either, but it's the one I have, and it will make those Warmind Cells. So it's got Underdog, which is, not incredible, and then it's got Rampage, which is alright. And I put the Rampage spec mod on here as well to make Rampage a little better, make it last longer, and that should really help a lot with ad control. For the energy slot, I've got the 7th Seraph Submachine Gun. Once again, not an incredible roll, but it is a better roll than my Ikelos SMG. It's got Ambitious Assassin, which is okay. It's not terrible for ad control. It'll give me a larger magazine if I get a bunch of kills. And then it's also got Dragonfly, which will be nice for dealing with those ads in groups. And then I went ahead and put Counterbalance Stock on here because the recoil for this thing is all over the place. So that, along with some armor mods to help control it, are going to make it much easier to manage. For my power weapon slot, I intend on using Xenophage through most of the raid. I am capable of switching to anything else that might be necessary, whether that's Whisper or Falling Guillotine or Corsair's Wrath or anything like that. I've got good rolls on all these. Obviously, Corsair's Wrath, I've got a pretty decent roll for DPS. And then I have the what's considered the God roll, Falling Guillotine, as well. So if a certain encounter feels like it would be better suited for one of these, then I can switch that. Otherwise, I plan on running Xenophage. Now, for my armor, starting with the helmet, the armor overall, I am running the New Europa armor because I love the look of it, and I've got myself set up on pretty decent rolls. I'm running a minor recovery mod on my helmet, along with the submachine gun targeting to help make that 7th Seraph SMG easier to handle. This auto rifle ammo finder will make sure that I don't run out of primary ammo, since I'll be using a lot of it for both my auto rifle and submachine gun. So this should make sure that I'm never out of ammo for those two weapons. And then I've also got the cellular suppression on here so that when I damage one of my Warmind cells, it'll make the burst of suppressing energy so that all the enemies in that area cannot attack us while they're suppressed. And they just kind of stand there. They walk a little and they walk really slow. So that'll kind of help give us a breather if we're getting swarmed by ads. For the Gauntlets, I've got another recovery mod. And then I'm running my 2 champion mods for Overload and Anti-Barrier. I feel like it's pretty safe to assume there will be some champions present in the raid. There was in Garden of Salvation. So I'm just going into it prepared for that. If there ends up being an Unstoppable, I can switch to this with my Ikelos hand cannon. That way I can still make Warmind cells. But ideally, I'll be able to just stick with this, and either there won't be champions or there will, and I'll be able to easily handle them between the two of those. And then I've also got the Blessing of Rasputin on these gauntlets, so that if I collect one of my Warmind cells, it'll increase the chance for my next kill to drop another Warmind cell. So that'll just help me to consistently have Warmind cells out on the field. For my chest piece, I'm running another recovery mod. The Unflinching Submachine Gun Aim, once again, that'll help me with that SMG recoil. And then I've got Machine Gun Reserves, since I intend on using Xenophage. Then I've also got Global Reach, so that the distance is greater for where the Warmind cells affect, both for the damage they do and for that suppression field that they will do as well, so that it reaches more enemies. Since I'm on Night Stalker, I've chosen to go with Orpheus Rig as my exotic armor. That way I get the ability energy for every enemy that gets tethered by it. And then I've got a resilience mod on here, machine gun scavenger once again for xenophage. And then I went ahead and threw traction on here just to kind of fill the slot because it doesn't require anything and I don't necessarily need anything else. It's also slightly to do with the fact that I'm actually out of enhancement cores. I know, embarrassing. I didn't have that many going into Beyond Light and into Season of the Hunt to begin with. And I used them all up creating this build along with other upgrades and such. So I couldn't give myself... If I get one more enhancement core, then I'll probably throw something on like recuperation or something like that. But as of right now, this is what I've got for the boots. And then on my cloak, I've got a resilience mod and then Spoils of War, which is one of the new artifact seasonal mods. So basically, as you can see, defeating a champion with a finisher will spawn heavy ammo for myself and the fire team. So this will come in handy if we need heavy ammo and there are champions around us. I can use finisher on them, and it'll give all of us some more heavy ammo again. So that can definitely be useful for certain situations throughout the raid. Like I said, if Night Stalker doesn't seem like an ideal situation for the raid or specific encounters, I can swap over to these boots, which have the exact same mods as my Orpheus rigs. And then I can swatch over to Celestial Nighthawk and run Gunslinger for more DPS. The only difference between Celestial Nighthawk's mods and the mods on my other helmet, I would pronounce that, but Christocrine or something, I don't know. I don't want to mess it up like I just did. Because this is a Void and this is a Solar, I am unable to put Cellular Suppression on the Nighthawk. So instead, I have Burning Cells, where destroying the Warmind Cell makes a burst of solar energy that causes enemies to burn. So this would be still a good ad control mod to have. I don't know that it would really be as good as the suppression one, but hopefully I won't need to switch to this. If I do, though, it won't be that big of a deal. I won't be losing really any of my setup to do so. So that is my setup for my Hunter for tomorrow's day 1 raid on the Deep Stone Crypt. I will be streaming it over on twitch.tv/experimental_gameplay. If you'd like to come over and hang out and see how we're doing, I will be live at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the raid goes live. I'll probably be live a little bit before that. But myself and my team of the Quickset Fanatics, we will be attempting the raid day 1. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the video, and I hope to see you in the stream. Peace.